What is going on, my brothers of the South Side? Welcome to today's video, and I feel like it's a video that I almost had to make, although we are just a little bit into the first week of May here, May 9th to be precise with the time of this recording. But as you can see by the title of the video, I think by the way that this man has performed so far, it is a very viable question to ask even at this point of the season. So welcome everyone to Real Rob CWS for today's White Sox video, and that is Tim Anderson a all-star right now, or a starting shortstop I should say, for the AL All-Star team? And that is going to be the question I'm posing for you guys today. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Clearly, if you're a White Sox fan, I think I already know what your reaction and comment is going to be. But I'm just going to drop my 2 cents in here and try to just leave my piece at that. So, as you can clearly see here with Tim Anderson and the type of start that he has gotten off to, the 2019 April Player of the Month award went to him, the first time that a White Sox player had won that award since Jose Abreu did that exactly 5 years ago to the month back in April of 2014 of his rookie season. And Tim has just completely shown improvements in all facets of his game so far this season, as you can see right there. And that is honestly the biggest first thing that I want to talk about, as it will be a continuous theme here. It's almost as it's a loop here of this 7-minute video, and that is Tim's ability to stay back on that 2-strike breaking ball. And me catching almost every single White Sox game. They have played about 34 games so far this year at the time of this recording, and I've caught just about every single one of them. I've been to almost half of them. And watching his approach at the plate as he takes Mike Leake here about 420 out there to deep center, what he's really done at the plate, especially on 2 strikes, is he enters today hitting 286 with 2 strikes, which is in the top 10 in all of baseball in 2-strike batting average, is that Tim is starting to use the entire field, and that is something that he had really struggled with in years prior, pulling off on a lot of breaking balls and really just not trusting his hands and staying back on those types of pitches. You can see here even taking this ball to deep center on Mike Leake, as he knows it right away. That's a prototypical household Tim Anderson bat flip right there. Look at that, just beautiful. That is probably the best example that I could show you guys, taking a 90-mile-an-hour slider from Tampa Bay's relief pitcher Ryan Stanek out to right field, not doing too much with it with 2 strikes, knowing that his team is down by 6 runs. Look at that, he just tosses the bat out, and it's an absolute scorching bullet to the right side. And it's something that's helped TA tremendously this year, and it has also helped raise his power numbers as well. Now, not saying that Timmy had exactly a problem with his power in years past, coming off of a 21 home run season last year, but just talking about it, using the whole field for his power here as he gets ready to deliver a grand slam to the opposite field against Masahiro Tanaka. Staying back on these breaking balls has been a tremendous benefit for him, and just using all fields for his power has just been a huge upgrade to his game offensively. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about really with Tim's game and why it's been so impressive is, outside of the numbers, hitting just a little bit under 400 after the month of April, he has cooled off considerably. But I think the art of the stolen base, he's almost kind of bringing that back and bringing an entire swagger back to stealing bases. Now, he is tied for the league lead right now in stolen bases with 12. He has yet to been caught so far this season. And what I love about Tim Anderson's base stealing and overall with what he does on the base pads, he really does cause havoc for pitchers on the base pads, just besides stealing them, but really creates a distraction for them on the bases. Now, I'll get back to that in a second, because now that I see we have here Tim Anderson's possibly the biggest talking point of his 2019 season so far does belong to Tim Anderson, after he pimps this absolute titanic shot off of Kansas City Royals pitcher Brad Keller that created a lot of controversy and brouhaha around his name for a couple of days. It provided a lot of support, players, fans, you name it, provided a ton of support around Major League Baseball, and especially for Tim Anderson, although he did get suspended for whatever reason for that bat flip. But I will show you why that is very important for an all-star selection in a second. But going back to what I was just going on with Tim really using all fields and using his power and everything like that, I think that him being able to use all fields, it's just going to continually show his progression as he needs to desperately become a future building block and really one of the cornerstones of these young White Sox rebuild. As many Sox fans can see that, the injury Eloy Jimenez, Abreu's in his age 32 season as of right now. So, and then Yohan Moncada obviously showing this year that he's finally really showing the fruits of his labor, and why we traded a generational type pitcher in Chris Sale to acquire him. So the Sox really needed to see, not only out of other guys like Moncada and guys of that ilk, but Tim Anderson, a guy that they brought up from their own farm system to make themselves look good, a guy that they did not acquire in trades, has this type of all-star capabilities. And although Timmy was a prior first-round pick of this White Sox team, no one would expect TA7 to have the type of start that he's having this season and the type of progression that he's shown from year to year, going from a 247 hitter last year and striking out at about a 24% clip down to about 16% this year. And he's just really completely changed all facets of his game. So like I was saying about the bat flip, as you see another one right there, is that one he definitely earned, as Joe Jimenez there is not the biggest fan of that. But with the walk-off that he had against the Tigers about 2 or 3 weeks ago now, talking about the fan popularity vote though, with the bat flips and everything like that, Tim has really come out and said that he's trying to make the game fun again. And you can't exactly blame him with the attention span of many of the fans nowadays, and the way that MLB is also trying to promote making things fun again. That's what Tim is trying to bring. He's trying to bring his own swagger, his own coolness, and he's trying to just breathe Southside blood. And that really is just bringing your own blue-collar attitude to the ballpark, get gritty, down and dirty, and do your job, but, also have fun while doing with it. And I've never seen a single problem with this approach whatsoever. And with the start that he's having, how can you not have a ton of fun while doing it? So I think that's going to connect really well with the fans who are going to vote him into the All-Star game. And yeah, let me know your thoughts below on what you think of Tim Anderson, and if you think he will be in this year's 2019 All-Star game. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.